You can ace the interview with a simple 4-step process. It's called the STAR method. I was talking with one of my clients yesterday, and they were looking to move forward and get a promotion. And when I was speaking with him, he has a tendency to be verbose with his words. He has a tendency to think ahead and start to formulate a story about examples from his past where he wants to get noticed and he can demonstrate that he can do the job well. However, he's not concise. He does not give an example of how he can get the job done and how it translates into the new opportunity that he's going after. Here are the 4 letters: STAR. It's called the STAR method. And S is known as situation. So when you get asked a question, what you want to do is think of a situation where you have exemplified something that you did very successful, right? So you very briefly tell part of the story and say, this was the situation. I was working at X hospital and these were the clients that I was working with, and the account had a setback. So that's you setting up the situation. S. 2 is task. So now what you have to do is describe the task and what needed to be done and why. So this was the task. I had to close the business in order to keep the account and to reach X dollars, etc. Whatever the task is, you want to describe that. S, T. A. A is action. So you want to explain the action that you specifically took, not we as a team, not we with you and another partner. You. What is the action that you took? I prepared in advance. I put together 3 slides. I figured out the background of the executives I was working with and connected with them. So that is action. And then R is result. The result meaning, what came of this situation? How did you close the deal? How did you increase the marketing share? How did you build a new customer? You want to do this in a very concise manner. S, T, A, R, STAR. Think of the STAR method when you are sitting down and getting ready for your interview. This works whether you do this over Zoom, on a virtual interview, and this definitely works in person in front of the interviewer. One little hint: don't get ahead of yourself. Don't be thinking about what examples am I going to say and how am I going to interject, etc. What you want to do is bring a little notebook, something in front of you, bullet some examples where you know you've been successful in your current role and that qualify you for your next role. Put a keyword down. Put a customer name. It'll trigger the story in your head. It will trigger your ability to move through the STAR method. STAR. Situation, task, action, result. Bullet this out in front of you. And remember, make sure that you pause. Make sure that you breathe. Make sure that you take time giving the example. It's completely okay when someone asks you a question, a behavioral question, an example of your success in the current role. It is completely okay for you to pause and say, that's a great question. Give me a moment. And truly be thinking about a couple of different examples. There is power in pause. There is power in having them lean into the conversation on the edge of their seat. Less words is always more. You will be more succinct. You will not be verbose. You will get right to the exact point, and people will feel your inflection. People will really be part of the story that you're telling, the situation that you're telling. Remember, don't paint too large of a picture. Don't create a story or examples of this is the situation. This was the customer, so-and-so this, so-and-so that. And it turns into a huge run-on sentence. You do not want to do that. Preparation the night before your interview is key. Sit down with a notebook, put headphones on, maybe listen to music. Just get silent and close your eyes and think through, where was it that I crushed it in my current job? Where did I get noticed from my peers and my colleagues? And, I got the attaboy, attagirl, as people say, right? Put the bullets down in your notebook, and you can reach in during the conversation, during the interview, and relate to those, pull them up, and use this method to get your point across. You always want to end with result. Situation, task, action, result. Star is what's going to get you to close the interview. It is what you need to get the next job. I believe in you, just like my client, and I know you can do this. Put a little message below and let me know, how did it turn out? What happened? What worked? What didn't work? Good luck.